Hey, what's happening, everybody? Today is Wednesday, February 2nd. It is the afternoon. This is a bonus episode. There is some transition and change in the air. And today was the first day of another season of life that includes a bunch of transition, and I figured I would just do a little freestyle episode, talk with you, share what's on my mind and the experiences to date while I have a smoke on the way home. So the audio quality might not be the best in this moment on this episode today, but I'm hoping that the lack of quality in terms of the audio will be replaced by the type of content and the quality of the content contained within the words that I share with you today. So, all right, where to begin? It's been a long day. It's been an interesting day. It's been a good day. Today was the first day that I had with my new partner. That was exciting. The training, if we want to call it that, really consisted of little else beyond him going through this comprehensive manual that I've assembled and asking me questions as he worked his way through it. So far, it seems to be a good approach, and I've also got him watching a number of tutorials online, and the tutorials are good. And I might do what I can. I might see if I can't link to those in the episode. Maybe I will upload this tonight when I get home and publish it. Yeah, hell, I'll just upload it and publish it, and if I think about it tomorrow, I'll try and come back to it and add links to the tutorials that I mentioned, but if I don't, I don't. It's a bonus episode, and it will be treated as such today. In addition to this, I felt like I made more progress going through and filing old paperwork and things of that nature as well, and that was good. So, one other thing that happened that was kind of curious, to say the least, was a message that I received today from an audience member of the podcast, one who shall remain nameless. And this message was interesting because I know this person personally, and what is interesting is this individual is in a position of leadership within the community and has also by default been in a position where he has been required to communicate the status of operational procedures of the institution that we all work with, and how it will remain open or closed based on the status of the viral activity over the past year and a half, couple of years now. And this message was interesting because It was a direct response to a post that I shared on social media again last night, and I reshared episode number 264, I believe it was, where Joe Rogan, where I talked about the misinformation and Joe Rogan and Spotify and the open letter that was written to Spotify by doctors and their concerns regarding the misinformation from Mr. Rogan. And I talked about that. And I don't know. I had some feelings, some ideas of where this individual stood regarding their thoughts on the virus. And it looks like I'm still uncertain on what this particular individual's stance actually is. And that's irrelevant, right? Because what was communicated to me was that he, like many of us, is in a position that dialogue about this requires us to embrace the fact that we don't know, understand what science actually is, and that is the scientific method, a process. We don't simply trust science. When we start believing in science, we treat science like religion, and that's not a good thing. But this is the state where we are in, where many of us look at the science in this way, and subsequently science becomes a religion, and these quote scientific close quote viewpoints become our own personal ideology. And this individual was expressing concerns or some uncertainty on what and how, what to say and how to say it, and how to approach people, and, for lack of a better term, encourage them to pop their ideological bubbles and move on and focus on things that actually matter, and not let the fear of this particular set of circumstances drive us apart from one another further than it already has. And that's the problem, is this divisive result of the fear and misunderstanding of this virus. I think that the problem about the virus is not about misinformation. I believe the problem about the virus is a general misunderstanding of it, the technologies that are associated with it, and regarding the treatment of it. And I'm not saying all of this implying or suggesting that I have the understanding. It's merely an acknowledgement that I don't. Whereas most other people who are very passionate about this claim that they have the understanding that simply is not possible to have, because if we look at the science, we can observe that it has changed. And that's what science does. It changes. As new information is obtained, new facts are gathered, new data is assembled, and we look at it and we make adjustments, and that seems to be the general problem. That seems to be what is being misconstrued as misinformation. It's just it seems as though what's being viewed as misinformation is simply opinions that differ from the ones that we have. And that's troublesome. And moreover, the most troubling thing about all of this is the desire of some to squash the voice of those who disagree. And that, I think, is the problem. But what was interesting is the fact that this individual who is in a position of leadership reached out to me about this particular episode and was really pointing out the good in it, and that it was provocative in a way that was also tactful and diplomatic, for lack of a better term. And I believe that this is the solution for moving forward with anything really that is a challenge or involves some kind of dialogue with someone else whose opinions and understanding differs from our own. And quite frankly, this ability to communicate and this way of communicating isn't simply limited to the understanding and the handling of a virus, but it's really applicable to everything in life. So I guess in a nutshell, why I wanted to do a secondary recording and release this as a podcast, despite the fact that there may be some loud audio in the background from my window being down whilst enjoying a little cigar on the drive home. Part of the reason why I wanted to do this and record and share some thoughts with you is because we are always presented with opportunities in life that allow us to entertain the idea that the preconceived notions that we have are oftentimes wrong. And even if we think that we don't have preconceived notions about something, the reality is that we oftentimes do. And sometimes it takes a simple message from a friend to bring that to your attention. There's always something to be learned. So guys, keep an open mind when you talk about things with others. And besides keeping an open mind, please understand and encourage others to understand that not all confrontation necessitates a negative experience. Sometimes confrontation, like stress, is a good thing. And there's good stress and there's bad stress. And maybe the confrontation itself may not be good or seen as positive, but oftentimes the end result of that confrontation or the end result of a difficult situation can be well worth the energy expended in obtaining said result. So guys, that is it for today. 2 episodes, 1 day. I hope that you found some value in the words that I shared with you today. And like I said, in the show notes, I will try to link to some of the content that I discussed in today's episode. And also, oh, hey, it looks like the tiller is back from the mechanics over at Wellington Implement. All right, we are good to go. Anyways, guys, hopefully I'll get those links in the show notes. If you are listening and you see the show notes do not have links, by all means, feel free to drop me an email at allaroundgrowth@gmail.com and let me know that you are interested, or join the Telegram group at t.me/allaroundgrowth and let me know that you want to see the links that I mentioned that may not be there. And I will make sure that you have the information that you need. And with that, I look forward to catching you again tomorrow morning. Rain, snow, or otherwise. If I can't make it into work, we'll be recording from the home office. And I'll see you then. This is Rob Kaiser, and thank you.